Hey everybody, one of their 5 leagues from the Borderlands adventure. So if you are following this series, this is now part 6, or maybe going back to part 1. We might call this part A. This might be campaign 2.0. It was kind of hard to know what to do after the last episode. Everyone was dying and there was weeks and months of recovery time between the warbands to actually get like a warband fighting and in shape again. So thematically, I kind of sat down and thought, well, what does the story points kind of allow for? How are you like able to use them? That's a big part of 5 leagues, is you can kind of bend the narrative to your will. So the thing that made the most sense after sort of like how the first 5 encounters went was that at this point, everyone's lost faith in Ranulf and there's a full-on mutiny happening. They were steps outside of Boar's Hearth in the Nine Finger Mountains. He led them into basically a road ambush through a massive amount of overconfidence. He led them to their deaths almost in the monastery, and nothing's gone their way. So Dayne basically just leads a revolution, takes Mav, who is now recovered, the boy with him, the boy mostly for his own protection. And while they are in the city, manages to acquire 3 new members to start his own warband. So this is now Sir Dayne's company. Ranulf has just been abandoned. He's off to his own devices. He'll quietly return to from whence he came. Find the old degenerate sort of like manor house that his family owned in the Nine Finger Mountains by himself, or maybe die in the dark. I'll be honest, everyone in the warband doesn't care at this point. He has left them all to their own devices. He is the, what was the guy's name? Harry Mudd of all of this, to use a very dated Star Trek reference. And so Sir Dayne is now taken over. So I'm going to import Sir Dayne, Mav, and the boy exactly as they were into the warband from scratch. And I'm going to create 3 new characters to have an actual fighting warband, and we're just going to be camped in Boar's Hearth, which is where most of them are recovering, and Sir Dayne has basically just like gone back to after they're all bleeding to death in the woods. So with 3 characters, we've got one who's a follower because the Quiet Forester died, and that gives me an opportunity narratively. So I'm going to have the Quiet Forester's family be in Boar's Hearth. A brother and sister, one will be a follower, the other one will be a sort of like a main character. And then a monk named Lucian, who has heard of their exploits in the Fallen Monastery, and will be our new mystic, because unfortunately we've left Ranulf and his fire-starting maniac throwing potions to die out in the woods. So we're going to roll up the characters right now, do a campaign turn, and get this campaign back on track using my 2 remaining story points to just start a new warband and import my characters. So let's get the warband generated for the 3 new characters and get this underway. All right, let's get this party started. So I've already copied over Sir Dayne, Mav, the boy onto this character sheet, and we have 3 new characters. But first we have the brother, which will be this model right here, as it appropriately looks like. So this is the Quiet Forester. She's going to actually be the sister, perhaps even a twin maybe, story-wise. But these 2 obviously will go together nicely as a bunch of maybe Dusklings, maybe Fae background characters. We'll see what we roll up and get the new characters going. So let's start off with our backgrounds. Generating heroes. First, we to create a human hero, select one of the following background options and roll a d20 for whatever the relevant capabilities are. Before we do that, it's ability scores. So we've got our base ability scores of agility 1. So the brother's agility will be base 1. 4-inch move, 3-inch dash. And then 0 combat and 3 toughness. Then we have to roll our D100 for our character origins. This one's not going to be a mystic, so let's see what our origin is. We'll have the blue dice be high. So 90, that's going to be a feral. Interesting. I don't know if that's what I want. We could also, you can choose any origin you like. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to roll then. Let's just choose. Let's just have Fey Blood. And not randomly generate it, because I'd rather have my narrative be correct. So what does Fey Blood gives us? Fey Blood's going to give us the outsider background automatically. They get +1 wits on the proficiencies and skills. They get foresight. If you assign a Fey Blood the initiative die that is above their agility, you may reroll the dice. The new roll must be done. So they automatically have foresight. So there's always a chance they may have their agility dice be a 1. Aura of Winter. There's no combat bonuses for allies. That's cool. That would have been very cool to have in the last couple of missions. And then cursed, they can never achieve luck points ever. Treat any luck increases as a skill increase instead. So NA, because they have a cursed background. Sweet. Let's go into rolling our background. So we have generating heroes. We define a hero as someone with a background, and then they get their capabilities that could increase. So the mystic background, frontier background, we're going for outsider background. So first a D20 for their capability. They get a 8, which is a combat skill increase. Sweet, that makes sense. He does look rangery. So that's a +1. I even got like a good, why am I doing this? I have 2 hands. I'm trying to hold the page of the book open at the same time. I even got myself a bookmark, so I don't know why I did that. And then we have a mentality, so T20 again, 15. That's going to be +1 XP. Sweet, so free XP to start with. And their possessions, they will start with 15. A fine basic weapon, cool. Let's say a fine fencing sword. Harder to break. And then finally their training is a 19, another XP. So they start with 2 XP. Makes sense, older brother. All right, so then we're going to be done. We get to assign him equipment afterwards, which we will do, but we have the core stuff written out. So then Lucian, our monk, will be a mystic automatically. So starts with agility 1, speed 4 inches / 3 inch. He's going to be a human. His combat is +0. His toughness is 3. All right, so let's check out his core increases. So mystic background, he will have, as a human, he automatically gets +1 to speech tests. And I believe they start with a free luck as well, because humans are just born lucky. +1 speech, they can be townsfolk. Human heroes may select from the townsfolk, noble, frontier, or zealot backgrounds. Oh, I can't be a mystic, weird. I'm making him a mystic anyway, I don't care. And then as a rule, humans, any one person can be a mystic, that's right. They can never have more than 1 will. Additionally, human hero with a will increase. When they're in advancement, they get 2 experience points instead. Sweet. All right, so let's roll for our mystic. A 6 is an agility increase. So he's agility 2. Makes sense for a monk, a fighting monk. Then his mentality, that is a 9, which means +1 will, which he caps out at anyway. And then his possessions is a 6. He gets a gold mark. No, he gets a mystic item. Mystic item. And then finally his training, 13. That is +1 XP. So 1 XP. All right, so then what does a mystic item mean? A mystic item, select one from the following: congealed strands or mystic trinket. The number in parentheses is the number of individual uses. Let's give you a mystic trinket. What does that do? I know what strands do, they're extra casts, but I've not found a lot of uses for those. Trinkets are cast 2 spells in the same battle round. Ooh, I like that. Let's call that a mystic trinket. You can get 3 uses of those. Okay, and then his casting will be +0, because he did not get a casting increase. And then finally, what is the sister's background? She's a follower, and therefore not actually rolling a background. A follower is going to be, it's just a D100. So D100, 32. She is a former soldier. Cool. And also Fae. All right, so follower equipments, they can have a standard weapon or a staff. If you do not have 2 ranged weapon equipped heroes, one can have a self bow and a light weapon instead. So she will also have a self bow, light weapon, And one of the partial armor suits that we get issued. And then we will give my Mystic a staff, because he's a staff fighter. And that's it. I guess partial armor. And then the brother will also have, oh, we can't have full armor. We get possessions, basic weapons. Select one from self bow, sling, standard weapon, or staff. Fine weapons. Select one from staff, standard weapon, self bow, sling. Full armor, set of full armor. Select one from the bandages, ranger cloak, silverleaf, tonics, torches. I think we will definitely take a ranger's cloak for him because he's wearing one. A self bow, he's got his fine basic weapon. And then so he's got a fine fencing sword. Ranger cloak, we'll give him full armor. And I think that's it. And everyone's got their stuff. Partial armor, self-bow, light weapon, staff, light weapon, light armor. Perfect. We can also hand out a tonic to Lucian, Silver Tree Leaf, because he's the only other hero. And you've already got your Ranger Cloak, so you're going to take the tonics. That's perfect. And I think that's everybody. Perfect. Yeah, all right. So we have our new characters rolled up. It's time to roll and see our campaign turn for what happens in town. So we need to do a roll for, where we start? I believe it's page 75. All right, so new campaign turn, the preparation stage. So we are going to be started in town, 68 to 69. So what happens in town? We've already established all of our campaign activities. So we need to roll for a local event. All right, so first is D100 for local events. Blue is high, 31. We get damaged equipment. Select a random warband member. A random item they're carrying is damaged. All right, 1 through 6. 2, so Mav, she has a fencing sword and partial armor. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Her fencing sword is damaged. Perfect. Great first thing. Then we get to go to our, because that was a local event. Now we get to go to do some campaign actions. I guess we go to visit the, so we're in a settlement, so campaign activities, so first hard time, sorry. We have 6 people, so warband upkeep is D3. 1, this is going to cost us -1 gold marks. We will help the town guard, I guess, with Packard. And then we will do hard work with Mav. Or we could do hard work. Yeah, we'll help the town guard and then hard work. So help the town guard is offsetting our upkeep cost. So that's going to be done. Because Mav was a town guard. Or Sir Packard's also a knight. And then Mav, I guess we could go see the blacksmith. Do we start with gold? I don't think we actually do. Because I don't have any gold and everyone's poor right now. I can't remember if I can't remember New Warband starts the campaign with gold, which would basically be the brother, the sister, and Lucian buying into the Warband. Selecting items. Father equipment. Oh, we start with 3 gold. Okay. And 2 doses of silver tree. Oh, so we could have 2 more doses of silver tree leaf. I will also give those to Lucian, because he's kind of our healer. Okay, and then equipment stash. Oh, I need to roll his spells too. And then equipment stash, we have, or no, I can actually just choose them. We're going to go to the blacksmith because we need to fix that sword now. And what's it going to cost we're in a town, so a basic weapon costs 1. So we're going to go down to 2 gold because we're going to have to fix that weapon. So it's no longer damaged. And she can actually use it again. So the fencing sword is done. And then we do have to generate our spells, actually, for our mystic. And we generate... different followers, select hero equipment, followers, spell section. You may select 2 spells from the main spell list, then roll 3 times. So 47 to 50. So we're going to pick some healing spells, I think, this time around. Explore, fog, guidance, heal. All right, so we're going to take heal, remove a wound immediately. So heal is on a 1 ally, 6+. Heal. Then, and the rain affects target, 1 ally, immediate. Fortune, maybe? Fortune's a reroll on a 5+. Yeah, why not? That feels like a cool ability. So that's, oh, you could also give guidance to an ally. Nah, we'll do fortune. Maybe we'll roll guidance. That's on a 5+. And then we need to roll D100 3 times. So the first one, 18. That is confuse. You lose the parry and counterattack trace. There we go. That's on a 7+. The second one is 20, which will be darts. Target a character that is out of range ammunition, so just refill ammo. That's on a 6+. And then the final one, 55, is manipulate. An item on the ground in the mystic's possession or in the possession of an ally can move to 8 inches. If moved into contact with the character, they immediately pick it up. Cool. He can force pull stuff. 1 item. The entire move must happen within line of sight, though. Okay, cool. There we go. So his spells are now generated. And we have now finished our actions. And now we get to go to trade if we're in the settlement, which we're not going to do because we don't have that much money. We can research, which we will. So making a research roll. We'll have Mav do 1 to see what's going on. 51. If you have a friend in your roster, one of them decides to send you aid. Sweet. Well, we don't have any friends. We have no friends. We haven't found anybody. Otherwise, we would have gotten a contract. And then finally, we're on to an adventure stage. All right, so we've done our preparation stage. That's all done. We're in the adventuring stage. During the adventuring stage, if your warband is a quest or contract, see the related path. So we're going to go on an adventure in town because it just feels safer. We're going to explore Hog's, Hog's Hearth, or Boar's Hearth, because it's not the safest and most interesting place. So if we are going to, I guess, ride patrol around town, proceed to a patrol chapter of the section without a travel roll. So that's page 99. All right, so let's see what happens when we ride patrol. You mount a quick patrol around the area looking for troublemakers and signs of banditry, because we've basically been on the job because of Packard's work. 2, a traveler. We find a traveler encounter. So 114. What kind of traveler? 10. That is an entertainer. What does the entertainer do? He does... To determine the... Okay, so we find an entertainer. Their general meetings Okay, so their general meetings, they don't really do anything. So then 90, special, roll on the subtitle. So we found a special subtitle for the entertainer. 93, warning. They warn you of dire importance in the future. Add the character as a friend and add 2 adventure points. We met Chris Pine. All right, well, Chris Pine's there. He tells us things are happening. So we get 2 adventure points. So we have 2 adventure points, campaign notes. Adventure points. Or no, they're on here. Actually, I have a spot for that, Ash. Current adventure points. We have 2. And we found Chris Pine. Let's call him Christoph Pine. Entertainer. He makes plans. All right, so we've now got a friend. That's amazing. And now that we've done our meeting and we've ridden out and finished our ride. I think that's actually it. We've ridden patrol. We had a travel encounter, and that's all. Patrols are less risky and can be a good way for weaker parties or a party that's recovering from injuries. So there we go. So we've ridden patrol now around town. We've formed up our new warband, and we've completed a campaign turn. So now we're ready to do it again and have an actual adventure. So now we've ridden patrol, we can maybe go and explore somewhere around. Oh, actually, sorry, and we'll have to do our story stuff again too. But we can go and actually look around Borishearth, and so we were camped here. We're camped back in Borishearth. Let's maybe go and have an adventure, but we'll do our preparation stage again first. Maybe we'll travel to explore one of these areas. There are some unexplored areas. We've got our level 1 completed the delve down here. There's that bandit camp over there. We killed that troll. We could go and explore the woods and just see what's going on. Maybe we'll find those same bandits and get our stuff back, or at least find out where they've been. So then we go back to the beginning. We're doing 2 campaign turns in 1 here. So page 75, and we start our preparation phase again. All right, so first thing, in-town events. What happens? 58, would have been cool to have a friend again. Field work needs doing. You may spend any of your campaign activities helping with the fields. You receive 1 gold mark for the first activity and 2 more for the second. In a hamlet, if you spend 2 activities doing this, they'll also pay your upkeep costs for the campaign turn. That's cool. We don't have, that really is an option. Making that money would have maybe done something, but probably not. So let's do our campaign actions. Let's see what our upkeep is first, because then that'll determine if we go and work in the fields or not. 4, so it's gonna be 2. It's not really worth it for us to do it. We should just have somebody go and help the town guard instead. So they'll help the town guard. Sir Packard will again. And then maybe do some hard work. Let's do some hard work. Hard work is left land, recruit, settlement only, prey, hunting, hard work, earn a gold mark. In addition, take an 8+ crafting test, we get an additional mark. Does anybody have crafting? We do not. But on an 8+, we might be able to do it. So let's say that Mav goes and does hard work, and on an 8+, she gets an additional gold mark. She gets 2 instead of 1. That was a 7, so nothing. So that is 1 extra gold mark, so we go to 3. Our upkeep costs are paid because Sir Packard is still helping out the town guard. And now we get to roll for an event. Do we find anything? So D100 again. 53. If you have a friend, they send you aid. Ah, sweet, Christoph Pine, you're the best. 1, an adventure point. Oh, he's just telling us that things are happening. Telling us that we have to go and stop those bad bandits. All right, that means we're gonna go patrol the road. And that will be not a ride patrol, but we're gonna go explore and head into, hopefully, an enemy camp. So by doing explore locations. So we're gonna explore this wood right here at the crossroads around where we got ambushed. And we're gonna explore that location. It requires a travel roll first, because we are in the same map area, so we don't have to actually make a travel roll. Battle the enemy threat. Tracking and facing down enemy threats. So select effect we like to fight. It's gonna be bandits again. And then we don't have to make a travel roll. So we are going to hit the enemy camp. So it's an encounter, and we set up a camp raid, page 137. 137. We're looking for evidence of what happened to the Quiet Forester. So once again, camp right in the middle here. And we have an unknown enemy, potentially, when they show up. So we're going back to the scene of the crime. Let's see who the baddies are. So first, determine the enemy. We roll 2d6 to pick the highest dice. So we're going to roll on our encounter table, but we're going to use the encounter table for roadside encounters. And where is enemy roadside encounters? Green is all that. Roadside encounters is this one. Not lurking foes. Creatures most vile. All right, roadside enemy table. So we roll a D100 and see what it is. 57. And organized robbers. So it's +3. They are combat +1. Crime does not pay. If you hold the field, you find a gold mark and pretty coin. And they're all skirmishers. So they're 5'2", toughness 3, 1 armor, combat +1. And then there's +3 to how many of them there are. So 2 dice pick the highest. There's going to be 8 of them. Fantastic. All right, so eight robbers, and then us going to fight them. Fantastic. And it's a camp raid, so the objective is when fighting defensively, we're doing deploy enemies, roll 2d6 + 12, and put the marker backwards. Okay, so it's the same one where we have to infiltrate a camp thing, but it's around town in the woods. All right, so let's set up the table. All right, so having tracked the bandit camp down, we have our 8 bandits, so 3 bandits here, and then the sentries, who are always across the opposite edge, looking the wrong way. We got to roll to see if one of these guys is a leader, however. Enemy leadership, 35 is just a sergeant. D8 to see who the sergeant is. 5, so left, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5. She's the sergeant, so +1 toughness. I'm just rereading. They're always in addition, so she'll join the sergeant will join the sentries over here. All right, so the scenario begins with us sneaking up, trying to take out the sentries. So we're going to start sneaking here with my follower, the sister. So she moves 4 inches, and then she's in hard cover, so -2 to this. 9 inches away is the closest she can be spotted. There's nobody 9 inches away. So we'll do the same with the brother. He's going to move 4 to here. Again, in hard cover, that's 4 inches. He'll move again. That's going to be -2 again, so it's 9 goes to 7 inches, so nothing's in range. He's going to climb up on the rocks. 4, even though he's completely exposed, so he'll be happy where he is. Dayne, he's fine, he'll move to hard cover. Moving again. Let's just head to here. 10. I don't know if that's going to... I mean, they're between hard covers. So that should be an 8 then. Dicey now, but no, not quite. And then we'll move Mav. 4. She's fine. She's going to move into there anyway. She'll move again to behind the tent. 4 inches. Over to there. Behind light cover, so -1. And she's found. It begins! Initiative time. Roll our hero dice. So we got lots of 1s and 6s. All right, well, let's give... Sir Dayne the 1, so you can activate. Actually, let's give the Quiet Forester the 1. And then the sister, sorry. Not the Quiet Forester, she's dead. And then everyone else is going to get a 6. But we get to re-roll the 6 assigned to the brother because he is Fey. Still a 6. We're just going to sit still and we're going to take a shot over here. A 10, so it's on a 5+. He's not obscured. We missed. Sitting still, so no movement action. Start with the ranged troops as we do. She's going to hop down to there and then attempt to take a shot into Sir Dayne on a 6. She moved? No. This one will attempt to move into cover behind this and take a shot into Mav on a 6. No. So going to move dash, going 7. Trying to maintain cover if possible. So making a move first, 5. The dash would take you into the open, so you'll stay in cover. Same with these 2. They're just not moving 5, staying in cover. Your man. And then 1 more over here, heading towards cover, but she'll also dash into the trees. And you will move and dash, going 7, behind these trees. Appropriately rattled the hornet's nest. That's another tracking phase. We're going to go up top. He's not going to move because he's happy where he is. We're going to try and plug... Oh, let's say somebody in the open. So one of their shooters in the open over here. So on a 5 goes to a 4 because he is still gets his skill bonus. Cranks it. Armor 1, so on a 2+. Yep, and then toughness 3. So on a 4. Nope, she's wounded. Go with the boy. He's going to move and dash. So moving his 4, and then dashing 3 just to hang out with Mav. And then Mav just staying there, holding the line. Sir Dayne, I think, is going to go hide over here behind this wall, and then we're going to move and then dash Lucian as well. And that's everybody. A new round, initiative roll. Not too bad. That's a lot of 1s and a 2. So Sir Dayne, with his agility 2, will get a die. And then I think we just give everybody else a dice as well. We'll have the brother get a dice that he can reroll, and then Mav will be the one that sits. She'll get a go, and the boy will get the 6. For the brother, he gets a 1. It worked. That Fey Blood worked. For him again, he's gonna try and pick off that archer. Sitting still. It's not within 10 though, so it's a 4. Hits her. The armor on a 2 does, and then no matter what happens here, beats her toughness. She's downed. And 6 in the open for a 3+, which I think we can do actually. So we're going to walk 4 to here with the sister, and that should get us within 6, which it certainly does. And she'll take a shot with that bow. She gets it. 2+ to beat this bandit's armor. We do. And then a 4+ to beat his toughness. We do. This is going significantly better. He's going to do the same thing. Walking up 4, and he's going to throw an axe, throwing knife. They have a 9-inch range. Not within... Oh, no, we are within 6. Sweet. So we're going to get another 3. Combat skill, even though we moved. So that's going to be on a 2. So it hits. I'm going to get through the armor, though. So it's going to be a 3+ to beat the armor. We do. It was 3. Out he goes. Is the brother, the sister, and Dayne finished? We have Mav and Lucian as well. Lucian's just going to move forward, dash, to be, like, ready to protect. Boy's just going to sit still and fire his sling, I think, because we're within 6. So it's on a 3, out of cover. Once again, oh no, sorry, he's going last, so actually he won't get to go yet. Lucian does not have a sling. We could distract. It's just Mav. She's just gonna stand where she is. She's happy. She'll move to the next piece of cover. Or she could charge, actually. Back up slightly, so that she and the boy can support each other. All right, so it's over to the baddies, enemy phase. Starting with the shooters. So can see Mav. We'll move to the next piece of cover. Try and get within 6, and she is, but in cover. So it's going to be on a 6 to hit. No. Ammo, which means he becomes a ranged character instead. So we'll just swap the models. Everybody else begins to move forward. So heading forward 4. And then, sorry, 5. And then 2 more will not quite get us engaged. Can't quite get, would come within an inch, so can't do that charging, so it's going to stay there. He will come around 5 and be able to engage Sir Dayne, but not fight. You cannot enter melee with a dash, so also the same, because they can't do it without leaving cover. Next closest would be over here, so he'll stay an inch away though, because he's not going to leave cover, and the boss will do the same. You will do the same, heading towards this route for cover. The boy will attempt a sling into, I guess, one of these ruffians. So this one over here. 6. Nope. Also out of ammo. Fantastic. Oh no, sling's never out of ammo. Haha! Everyone. So new turn. Initiative rolls. Ooh, another pretty good one. So we'll do 1s on Mav. 1s on... Because the 2 can go to Sir Dayne. We have no one else initiative... Oh no, we do actually. Lucian's initiative 2. And then we'll give 1 to the sister so she can fire. And we'll have the brother and the boy. And we'll re-roll for the Fey Blood. And not get anything. So still going last. Well then, I guess we go with the sister. And she's going to fire her bow. 3+ in the open into that ruffian. No. Lucian is going to go. And he is going to cast... Fortune on himself. 5. He does. So he is going to get to re-roll a dice if he wishes. And then he's just going to stay where he is, I think. And then we'll have Sir Dayne go, and he's going to try and club somebody. Yes, he's going to try and club somebody. So he's going to move over to here with his friend supporting him. His friend supporting him, and he's going to make a fight action. So Sir Dayne is fight +1 or combat +1. This guy's also combat +1, so it's basically just the same roll off. Red dice to the bad guys. He loses, so they switch attacker defender. He is attacking for the second exchange, and he is driven back actually an inch. They tie, which means the combat ends. They separate. Mav, and she's going to come over here to fight. She's going to fight the first exchange at +1 to +1. And she's going to lose and become the defender and get driven back an inch, which is not great. And then they fight again. And she's going to win and become the attacker and drive him back the other way. And then they're going to fight one more time. And she's going to win again and strike a blow. All right, overcome armor on a 2. She does. Overcome toughness on a 4, which she does. So she slays her opponent. Completely forgot to roll to see if anyone ran away last turn. It would have been 3 dice, 1s and 2s. Nothing. The dead pile from the previous turn, yeah, that was the dead pile from the previous turn in this turn. Start a new one. Okay, so it's on to the enemy phase. There are no shooters, so we start with the closest. Piling in. He'll get a +1, +2 for his support, so they're both +2 basically, so it's just a dice off. This is into Sir Dayne. Sir Dayne wins, becomes the attacker, and drives him back an inch, which will remove his bonus, but keep mine. And he wins again, strikes a blow with a bastard sword, so it is a +1, which will beat his armor, and then it's a +1 again. I didn't need a +1, just killed him. Step over here. It's going to also fight Sir Dayne. Well, Sir Dayne's going to fight defensively this time to try and not get killed. He rolls 2 1s, tremendous, so he gets hit. Let's see what happens. Does he beat his armor? He sure does. Dayne's toughness 3. He's out. That went great. Sir Dayne's down. This last one's going to attack over here. A friend within 1. So the sister is going to fight defensively for the first exchange. And they will, she'll still lose actually because it's +1. They both have +1 because, so it'll still net out to be, because she's 0 base and he's +1 base, so he'll still win. Beat her armor. Doesn't. Ties it. He's now stunned and driven back. Fight defensively again. She'll win this time and become the attacker. Because she'll be at +1 versus... he'll be +2 actually. So he'll have a total of 5 and she'll have a total of 6 because of this guy. And then she becomes the attacker. And loses, and that's the last exchange. So they separate. Over here, Mav's getting charged by a bandit. She'll fight defensively for the first engagement. See if she can fend this guy off. She sure does. So she becomes the attacker, and she drives him back an inch. Now she'll attack normally, and lose. She becomes the defender and gets driven back an inch again as they struggle. And then he fights one more time. And she parries, because that's she has a fencing weapon, so she just completely ignores the hit. She's driven back one more time, and they separate. Sergeant goes after the boy, because of course he does, who will fight defensively. So he rolls 2 dice, but strikes no blows. Loses though, because he's +1, and the boy is +0. So the boy takes a hit, and it gets past his armor, and it only stuns him. Light armor, so he's driven back. Not that he had any combat bonus anyway, and he will get +2 against the boy now because of his stun. They don't tie though, and the boy gets hit again. Beats his armor, and kills him. Takes him out. Oof, not good. All right, these guys are still dangerous, but one of them might run away on a 1 or a 2. No. I forgot the brother still gets to go on a 2+ into that sergeant. Sure does. On a 2. Yep, stuff is on a 5. Does. Oh my god, all right, just takes him out. Take that, enemy leadership. One more dice to see if somebody fled. They did! So the furthest from anybody, they're all kind of close, but be you. Alright, things aren't going so terribly, but we need a good initiative roll here. We need to get at least 1-1 so we can fire some arrows. I'll take 1. And we'll give it to the sister. And then we'll give 6s to Mav and Lucian. And then maybe the brother can roll a 1. Alright, well, the sister's going to try and shot on a 3. Can hit. She sure does. Disbands toughness on a 2. Does. Eats his, sorry, his armor on a 2. Toughness on a 4. No, he is wounded. Only one going first. Starting with the closest. Coming into fight. He's wounded though, so no combat bonus. And we have a 4 to a 4, so it's a tie, and the combat just ends. Get +1 for our friend within an inch. Here, coming to fight Mav. Both at +1. Hit him with the lantern. Nope, they just tie. And that ends the combat. Using his combat bonus, because he sat still, the brother's going to go and shoot an arrow on a 2. Gets his toughness 3. Takes him out. So, arrow in the face. The brother's getting quite the kill count over here against these guys who killed his sister. And so last but not least, Lucian's going to go in. He's still got fortune up. Actually does not, because it only lasts until the end of the round. So he's just going to fight with his staff. He gets a total of 5 as well because of the supporting bonus, so they just tie and end the round. Well, they lost 2 this turn, so do anyone else run? Yes, so he's gone. He just flees. We'll end the mission. The heroes survive. The brother, Mav, and the sister, who all now get names from the random Fey Elf name generator. It does pay a little bit. If you hold the field, you gain a gold mark in petty coin, which is sweet. We complete our objective. We get vital information and D6 gold marks. So we get 1 plus D6, so 4 gold marks. Well, we're into the resolution step for the boy and Sir Dayne. But we have to get our adventure points first, so we can reduce threats potentially. We have victorious against a enemy threat encounter or a raid. We did not have one of those. We didn't run a patrol. We didn't do any of these, so we get no additional adventure points. All right, D100 for Sir Dayne. See if he lives. 33. He is moderately injured. Miss 1 game, and we can use a tonic from you to get rid of that. For the boy, 64. Just item damage. A D3 between his light armor, light weapon, and sling. It's going to be his sling. So we'll have to make him a new one, which is fine. I was looking at the wrong table. It's still the same result, item damage, on followers tables. Checking for advancement. So during the campaign, we earn XP. We held the field. We got our vital information. And let's see how much XP we get. +1 for surviving, +1 for holding the field and achieving our objective. And then the brother who killed the sergeant will get an extra 1. Enemy leader slain. I'm going to take Mav from 8 to 10, which will unlock her level 2, and then level 1 for the brother as he goes to 5. Each get an advancement roll. So for Mav, 19, that will be a non-mystic character, is speed or skill. Skill it is. For Mav, she rolls a 40, which gives her an agility or toughness. Good at rolling once. Let's make her toughness 4 so she can survive a little more. Then for the boy, we have to roll, for the brother. That's a 55, which is a combat skill increase to +2. Followers do not make advancement rolls, but instead are on the D100 if they're on the game table at the end of the game, and look for a flash of insight table roll. So the boy was down, so it's just the sister that gets to roll. Like a 56 plus. 100. Moment of inspiration. The character advances to become a hero and rolls once on the advancement table. Fantastic. Of course the sister becomes a hero immediately. Okay, well, let's roll on the advancement table and see what she gets. She is rolling on the non-mystic table and gets 56. Combat skill increase. Automatically become loyal, so they're loyal to Sir Dayne. Now that she's a hero, I'm going to roll her background as being Fey, which will unlock all the Fey abilities, so she'll also be unable to get any luck, but have a bonus to wits rolls, have the Aura of Winter so she can't be ganged up on, and also Foresight. Could spend 3 of my adventure points to try and have the boy become loyal to Sir Dayne. I'd have to roll a 1 to 3 to do it. Why not? I do! So all my adventure points are gone. Now he does not get an advancement roll, but he will become a hero, which means that he will also be able to earn XP in the future. But he gets names, because they're all heroes. I have a pack of heroes now and no followers, which is tremendous. So the brother's name is Bale, and the sister's name is Shala. Then the boy's name is Curtis. So we've got Mav, Lucian, and of course the leader now, Sir Packard Dayne, and then the Fey contingent over here, the brother and sister, Bale and Shayla. Time to find some loot. We didn't loot any aberrations. We do get 1 loot roll for achieving our objective, however. Let's see what we found. 84 consumables. 100 roll. 51. We found some old dusty manuals. Let's see what our vital information was that we got. 4. You may negate the next enemy plans table result in the campaign. We're going to have the old dusty manual read by, I think, Sir Dayne. And we're going to give him the expertise skill. Notice if he learns the actual skill later on, he'll get a +3. Here we go. Dayne's company, doing better than ever Ranulf's Repossession LLC ever did. And acquiring vengeance for Bale and Shala as the Quiet Forester's murder is avenged and the bandit camp is wiped out. So there we go, Sir Dayne taking control and taking us back to 5 Leagues from the Borderlands as we re-enter the Nine Finger Mountains. It was a wise decision to reform the Warband. Ranulf was clearly holding us back, and things have gone much better since he was retired and probably just left to die in the woods. They were like, Sir Dayne, help me get back to town. And Dayne just walked off and was like, no, you've done enough to the people of the Nine Finger Mountains. So thanks for watching. We'll see you for more 5 leagues in 2 weeks. Till then, I'm Ash. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continue to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.